the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the Melanin Mindset. What's good, everybody, and welcome if it's your first time viewing. Welcome back if you're returning. I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the Melanin Mindset.
That's what we are.
Listen, if you're not already subscribed to the Melanin Mindset, go ahead and handle that right now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Turn on those notification bells so that you're among the first to know when the Melanin Mindset goes live. Find us out on Facebook, The Melanin Mindset, TikTok at The Melanin Mindset, Instagram, and is it still called Twitter? Is it X?
It's X, girl. It's X. I think we're sticking with the X.
Okay, well, Melanin Mindset underscore. It does. It's very sketch. So Melanin Mindset underscore for X and Instagram. All right. So make sure y'all plug in wherever you can plug in with the Melanin Mindset because y'all know it's gonna be lit. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there today? Let me mute my phone so it'll be making a bunch of noises.
Yeah, I just did the same. Do not disturb.
Hi everybody, come on in the room. Good evening.
You sure you good over there, friend?
I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. Spectacular.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, what we talking about tonight? We gonna chat. We gonna this is definitely gonna be a 2-part because we need to interview some single ladies because there's a little confusion in my mind and heart when it comes to the things that I am seeing about dating on social media. So, if you haven't already seen it, because I believe everybody has seen it, they didn't even talk. Friend, did you know they talked about it on The View?
Girl.
It was on The View.
Whoopi said something. You sent that to me.
Yeah, they played the clip and everything. So there was a video clip with this young lady. A man had taken her out to on a date, and they pull up at the Cheesecake Factory. So homegirl is recording and refuses to get out the car because she was like, "No, you did not take me to Cheesecake Factory on my first date."
And he did.
Yes. So, and he basically was like, okay, well, maybe we're just not meant to be.
Wait. You see the new font? You see how it did
it? Yeah, that's cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So he said, well, I guess I can take you home. And that was the end. Is it the end? It never even started. It wasn't a date because she didn't want to get out of the car because it was the Cheesecake Factory.
She looked too good for it, is what she said.
She said, look at this. Do you see me? Do I look like I belong in the cheesecake? And I don't comment on people's stuff because I just don't feel like I'm that invested in what you got going on. But I really wanted to say, you definitely look like the girl at the front that would be like, how many in your party? I don't know what she thought she looked like.
No idea what she thought she looked like.
Them 4-week-old braids. I don't know what she thought she looked like.
Oh my gosh, she is frizzy. Friend, I'm watching it.
Yeah, girl, them braids ain't fresh.
She could have did better.
Them braids ain't fresh. And them strip lashes that she got from the hair store.
But friend,
Cheesecake Factory.
I'm done, friend. So listen, it started that spiral, right?
Yeah, it did. It started everybody commenting. And then what did we find? We found a list of places that was said not take women on a first date. Do we have that?
Yes, let me grab it real quick.
Yes, the Cheesecake Factory did. It got the girls in a chokehold, and I just don't understand.
Listen, here's the places. You ready? Number 1 was Cheesecake Factory. That was number 1, numero uno. Number 2 was Applebee's. Number 3 was Chili's. 4 is Chipotle. I'm not going to keep saying numbers. Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, a movie night, Netflix, Hulu, or etc. somewhere that requires a long drive. What? Somewhere that requires a long drive.
Yeah.
Bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, and sporting events. That's the whole
Okay.
list.
So this was the list of places that women were saying, you better not take me on
Bet
a
not.
first date, because that's just unacceptable. Which leaves me with a huge question mark. Call me out of the loop. Where do you go?
Right. If you don't go to none of those
Like,
places,
you
where do you
listed
go?
it's everything on that list. Like, I don't know where else we going. Where do we go? Anybody
Right.
in the comments? Where are we supposed to go? If we're not going to any of those places, where exactly are we supposed to be going? Because I am thoroughly confused.
Look at this one. The human race is coming to an end because a lot of women finna be single.
Exactly. Like,
Whole facts.
what and so that brings me to, what is a first date? Like, what exactly is it that you're looking for in a first date? And this is, I can't answer it, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know how my first date went when we get a little further along. But like, what are you looking for? So y'all know how we like to start over here with a good old definition. I looked up what is a first date, and I got the Wikipedia answer for y'all. So Wikipedia says a first date is an initial meeting during the dating process of two individuals in which an effort is made to ask about each other, plan a potential relationship, and or organize some sort of romantic activity. Aims vary between finding a romantic, platonic, or sexual partner for a short period to finding a long-term spouse. Dating can vary between cultures, lifestyles, religion, gender, and sexual orientation. So that was Wikipedia's first little paragraph. I just took the first, because it kept going after that, child. Because Wikipedia seemed to be just as confused as we are.
Listen,
So they
talking in
had to
circles.
include everything. Yeah, they had to include everything. But so if the first date is for us to ask about each other, learn about each other and plan the potential relationship, meaning figure out what this can and cannot be. Why do we have to? I still did not get the question answered as to where we're supposed to go.
My thing is this. All right, so if you look at the chat, we see Copeland and Papados. I'm gonna tell you, technically, Copeland and Papados are both marked off the list because they are actually franchises. So those are considered chain restaurants. So we can't even go there.
Mhm.
And Papados is expensive. Okay, I don't care what
What?
anyone says. If you have to pay $25 or $30 for one single crab cake, that is expensive. I don't care where you're
No,
from.
I mean, I don't know. Is Papados acceptable as a first date place? We seeing, our problem is we ain't got that many singles in here, but we gonna find some for this next interview, because they gonna
Right.
let us know what the
We
tea
need a
is.
panel. We're gonna do
So
a panel.
I remember I read that list off to my daughter, and she said like she agrees with some of them. And I think after we had our conversation, I think what it boiled down to is a lot of these guys, like, what are we looking for out of a first date? Are you looking just to have sex? And then are you looking for a long-term relationship? And it's like, don't take, I guess for her, it was like, don't take me to Chili's and think I'm about to just bust it wide open for you because we went to Chili's. But then my question was, okay, well, if you went to J. Alexander, or if you went to, the finest steakhouse, is it okay to bust it wide open then?
Like, are you required to now bust it wide open? Hold up. Clarify.
Yeah, so then that's the other thing. Like, so what I'm confused as to what we're looking for on the first date. Because in my head, I'm like, if you're just trying to get to know somebody and we just need to have a dialogue and a conversation to see if we could connect on some type of level, why does it matter where you go?
Right. So I will say this. I love the Breakfast Club, and if y'all have been listening for any length of time, you've heard me make a Breakfast Club reference. Now listen, on the Breakfast Club they had Young Miami. That's Carisha. Okay.
Mhm.
Her and Diddy went together real bad. Them. All right. So she said that what's happening with that list that's going around is the fact that these men are fronting like they are so financially endowed that these women have these higher expectations. So it's like these dudes is fronting like they got all this money and they only do expensive throwing bags at their girl, and then the girl gets with this guy who has hyped himself up, and then it's like, you took me to Cheesecake Factory. So she said, I'm cool. She cool going anywhere as long as they buy it. But she said that the issue she thinks is because of these guys fronting like they got it like that, and then it's like, you're gonna take
So
me
then
to
my
Burger King.
question to that is, if a guy fronting like they got it like that, if you have any bit of sense, you don't want to be with somebody like that. So why are you even
No,
entertaining this person?
because they don't know. They find out when
Well,
they go on that first date.
because you want parts of the money. Like, come on
Right.
now, let's call it what it is.
It's
Because if
financial
you're like, oh,
gain.
he fronting like he got all this money, that means that he attracted you because of the front of the money. So he already weeded you out if that's not what
What
he
do they
wanted.
call them? Gold diggers? That's
And
what
this
they
is why
call
you
them,
have the
right?
men out here hollering about.
We missed this last part of what you said, Fran.
I said, and that's why you have the men out here hollering about, being discouraged about gold diggers. Because if that's the only reason you went on a date with me is because I was hollering about my money, then what? I know what you're after.
Facts. So I saw a reference as well to Coming to America, and they said how Akeem was like the prince, and he was trying the other girl, the girl, so that she only liked him for who he was, not for what he had.
Yes.
Yeah, and they talked about how he challenged her. So apparently there's a thing going on where guys are testing females. Like you said before, I'm not single either, y'all. So I can't really comment to this 100%. But I would love to know, do guys actually test females? Are y'all testing females too? Like, you taking them to the
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake Factory to see if they're there for you or if they're there for your money?
See, and that's where it's like, what are all these games? Like, what is these games? Y'all want to play games? Like, let me know when game night is. But if we're trying to be in a relationship, that part, I don't care what
You
the
shouldn't
meal
be
is. You
busting it
shouldn't be
wide open
busting it
for a
wide
meal.
open for no meal. But that's the thing, and I think that's a lot of the frustration with a lot of the younger single women, is that seems to be what these men think is about to happen. And then when you tell them that's not what's about to happen, then they just ghost you.
Now on the flip side, don't be fronting like you balling and then get mad when the girl fall in love with you for that. Oh. So we did have an episode where we talked about the value in your relationships and stuff like that. And we talked about how it feels good to have your man be that provider. So on that token, that is a quality that I do enjoy in my husband, but at the same time, it is not the sole qualifying factor in me loving him. So I think that is a small not even a small, that's a big separation with some of the young ladies nowadays, where they're looking for the guy to have that money so that they can be kept. You get what I'm saying?
I do and I don't.
Mm.
I do and I don't, because I just don't and that's one of the things, like, I always talk about, like, when you're in love with somebody and you say why, and whatever the answer is, okay, so what if that changes?
Right.
So if you're in love with somebody because they're such a good provider, that's what that guy was talking about. You're not in love with them. You like how
You're in
they
love with what
care
they
for
do
you.
for you.
You're not
Yeah.
in love with them at all. You just like how they care for you. And then once they can't care for you anymore, you're ready to go hit the door,
Mm.
So it's like, what are you looking for when you go on a first date? Are you looking for somebody to take care of you? Are you looking for a meaning, or are you looking for a meaningful for relationship?
Yeah, I
Because I
can't
feel like
wait to
if
do
you're
this
looking for
panel.
a meaningful relationship, what does it matter where we go?
Facts. Do you actually like the person? Because I'm be real with you. You can buy me, well, don't buy me no steak, but you could take me to a restaurant that's extremely expensive with the best quality seafood and sushi, because I do like sushi, y'all, that there is. But then it's like, what's the substance? Where's the substance? I require substance. Is that something that no longer matters? That's a question that I do have. Like, are we no longer looking for substance and only looking for surface? Like, are we looking for substance or surface? I blame the Real Housewives franchise for all this mess. Love shouldn't have a price tag. Look at that. That's
It
big facts.
shouldn't.
Love shouldn't have a price tag. So, friend, we
And it
presented.
shouldn't. And go ahead.
No. Go ahead and finish your statement because I was turning
No,
the
because I
corner.
was going to say, yeah, love shouldn't have a price tag. But honestly, that's why I'm asking: is that what people are looking for? Because if you put a price on it and say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, why? Is that going to make, if you do decide to fall in love with me, is it because of how we first went out to interact?
Mm, wow. That's a
Go
question we
ahead.
need answered. No, for real, that's a question we need answered. So today we're speaking from that married perspective. So with that being said, we have spoken to some pretty solid relationships and asked them a series of questions. Friend, you want to tell them what the questions were that we asked?
Okay, so yeah, we sent out a text message to people that we know are happily married in committed relationships and asked them what was their first date, to tell us about their first date. And the second question was, how long have they been together? So because for the sake of argument, I think if you're going on a first date, you're going to see if this is a potential long-term partnership, right? We ain't talking about going on the first date to have, so what do you call it? A friend with benefits. When we're not talking about that. I'm assuming you're going on a first date with the hope that this could turn into something and grow and be a long-term relationship.
Facts. So, with that question being asked to those people, we got an overwhelming response. In the marriage club alone, we got 100 and what was that, 32 responses. In the
Oh
wife
wow.
code, we got like 20 or so responses via text message. I don't think there is a single person who I sent that text to that did not respond. Friend, what about you? Did you
Oh.
have any people who didn't respond?
Yeah, I had somebody who told me but didn't reply to my text. So of course I don't remember what she said.
I'm so done. So we got a comment here. It says, I disagree. Love has always had a price tag on it, stated and implied. Ooh.
That makes me sad that that person believes that. um You'd have to elaborate on that.
I'm
So,
putting it back up.
love has a price tag on it, stated and implied. Love has, I don't know how to take it.
Love has always had a price tag on it, stated and implied. In other words, one that you're expecting and one that has been verbally relayed.
But
I want to circle back to that.
what do you
I
mean by
want to
price tag? What does price
clarify.
tag? I don't understand maybe I don't understand how price tag is meaning. Because I think
Us
what
too,
happened was
Linda, us
somebody
too.
else said love should not have a price tag.
Right. We do. We need you to say a little bit more. And yes, we
And then
did
you
come
say
across some
love has
happy
always had a
relationships.
price tag on it, stated and implied. And I mean, that's why we having this conversation, because in my head I'm like, I don't I don't get it.
Yeah. And so part two, friend, is going to be us interviewing the singles and kind of bringing this conversation back up. This time we
Mhm.
spoke to some pretty solid relationships, happy marriages, or what appear to us to be happy marriages. So, friend, I'm going to kick it off with a couple of short ones. There is no way that we're going to be able to address every single response tonight. There's absolutely no way that's going to happen. So I'm going to
Mhm.
start off. Y'all, I asked my mama and my auntie and my other auntie. Those were the first ones that I asked, and my sister. So they, of course, replied the quickest because I put them in a group text. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you all their little short, fitted answers. And then we're going to dive into some more detailed responses. So the first one, my mom said, we met at his grandmother's house in Crescent City, and they've been married for 43 years. Y'all know we spoke to, the more advanced marriages. And so because of that, they met a little bit different than what we're used to.
But that was one of the ones on there, like not at a family function or not at a family member's house.
Right, and they're 43 years in the game. We got
Mm.
40 plus years in the game. We met at a concert and we've been married for 40 plus years. That's my auntie Vicky, y'all. She said they met at a
What kind of
concert.
concert?
Thank you. I need to know. I need details.
Because
I
who be
need
meeting at a
details.
concert? How you meet somebody at a concert? It made me, I guess, like, you know, you sit next to somebody, but I would need more details. I need more details, Aunt Vicky.
I won't lie. I am intrigued. My auntie Cheryl. Listen, this one here is also on the list. Now, mind y'all, so far we're about to be 3 for 3 from this daggone list. She said we
Yeah.
met at a church choir reunion. We've been married for 51 years. Y'all, that's 43 years, 40 plus and 53 years. And they met and went on their first dates in the places that this list says they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Can we give it up for long-term black love?
That part.
Yeah. So, friend, you want to share any? Because those are the first 3 I got on the list here.
Yeah, I'll share. I'll share one. Oh goodness, you got a lot on this list. Okay. I'll go with Angie. Angie says our first date. Bernie took me to Red Lobster, my favorite restaurant at the time. I thought it was cool that he remembered me telling him that it was my favorite restaurant and how I love seafood. So he scored some points for that. We talked for hours. He was the first guy that I felt I could hold a decent conversation with. So I felt the relationship could go somewhere. We've been together for 40 years and we've been married for 30. So I decided that he was a keeper.
Oh, wow. I
So then
love
we got
that.
another chain restaurant first date.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the list, girl. And they're
30
not
years
supposed to like
married.
that. 30 years married. Can we give it up
So
for them one
like,
time?
yes.
Let's give it
So
up for them
what?
one time. For one time.
Exactly.
You got another one? You can give a couple,
So
friend. Mine was
I
short.
Raquel, she says, I think it was Applebee's. She's laughed because she said her daughter had just asked her this week. They've been together for 16 years. They've been married for 13.
Mm.
Applebee's.
Wow.
Applebee's. So some of these people don't want to go to Applebee's. So that's what my question is. So maybe that's not what they're seeking. If anybody doesn't like you're not seeking the long-term marriage. You're not seeking the life that you can build together with somebody else.
Mm.
So what are you seeking?
Y'all, please comment that down below. I'm curious too. I got one friend. They've been together for 20. They've been married for 23 years, right? She said
Mm-hmm.
they went on a double date. She was made fun of the entire night because she ordered the biggest enchilada plate they had. She ate all of the food and they cracked jokes saying she's about to wipe the plate with her tortilla.
I'm so done. Who was that? How long
Oh
they been
man, this
married?
is 23 years married, Carmen Mendiola. And she said she ate all of her food and they were like, oh, watch her wipe her plate clean with the tortilla.
I'm
She
so
said,
done.
she said, I'll be honest, he was paying for the food, so why was I going to leave anything on my plate? She said, I really like him. I thought over the first date because it was a concert. So
Oh,
their first
okay.
date was a concert as well. That they can't pay for themselves. She said, what are they? She said, seeking a free meal and they can't pay for themselves. Did you see the TikTok friend where the girl went and they had bottomless oysters for $15 a plate? And homegirl sat there at that table messing those oysters up, bro. She ate 4 trays of these oysters, so that equals out to $60. Plus, she had drinks. Homie invited her out for drinks and conversation, and she kept ordering $15, $15, $15, getting these oyster plates. Homie got up and left. She up there recording for social media's sake, and she up there recording for social media's sake and realized he was gone. And she was like, oh, that's sad. That's sad. How he gonna get up and walk off instead of paying for the bill? Homie said, I invited you out for drinks and you bought all that food and more drinks. I'll send you money for my drink. And that was the end of the date.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Am I back?
You are back, friend.
Okay.
It seems like they're trying to seek a great one night dinner or a one night stand, honey.
Like, are these heifers hungry? Yes, Stan, we're talking about the list.
The
We talking, and
list.
there have been some more lists since then. There's
Oh,
been a list for men, and there's been a list for talking about what type of women not to date.
friend, I have that one pulled up. So a group of men made a list of women you shouldn't take on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry in advance if it offends you, but it was funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being for real, for real. It was funny to me. It tickled me. So on the list, and I'm reading it from what is it, 1 to 21. Single mothers, women with tattoos, women
Oh,
who dress like this in public. It doesn't have a picture. So it says sex workers,
oh,
only fans girls,
mm,
mattress actresses,
mm.
strippers, call girls, escorts, Instagram models, bottle girls, or etc. Women who are with an IG page, women with non-ear piercings.
What? What's a non-ear piercing? Oh, a piercing other than your ear. So nose
Friend,
ring, tongue ring.
do you see the thumb coming up?
Yeah, yeah. Where?
Okay. You ain't see it come up on the screen?
Oh no, I missed it. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I see it now.
It says models. It's these innovations, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
So models who market to men, women who travel regularly, women who drink liquor regularly, women with weak or absentee fathers, women who
Mm.
live alone, women with party voice. I don't know what that is. Women on dating apps, women who have been on Fresh and Fit, women with
What the heck is
lists.
fresh and fit?
No clue. It says women with lists, um,
Ah,
women who have been engaged, divorcees, American Black women, and women raised in the West.
so the only people that seem that you should date is white women from New York.
Clearly. Listen, and it just gets more and more disrespectful. He said, I'll just listen to keep things respectful. No, Stan, please share your thoughts because I'm gonna be
Please
for
share your
real.
thoughts because we're at a loss over here.
Yeah, tonight's conversation is a little less than respectful because I'm sure some of the women are on that list and they're like, well, sis, you should have our back. No, I don't in this particular situation. I don't
No,
understand.
you have
I
to
don't
make
have
it make
enough.
sense. It
Yeah,
has
I don't
to
have
make
enough to
sense.
support you right now
Mm-mm.
because our first date, and friend, I'm gonna let you tell you about yours too. But for
Mm-hmm.
my first date, we went to somebody else's wedding and then we ate Wendy's on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for 11 years and married for 7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say because I don't see
Yeah,
it as a problem.
this too. Like a lot of them just want expensive because you don't need. Have you even been to the places you're expecting these guys to take you to? And I still want to see the list of the acceptable places because I'm still confused.
That is required. We need that list of acceptable places.
Because here's the thing: if I'm just getting to know you, like even when you think about when it's the holiday season coming up, right? So you know
Mm-hmm.
how a lot of times when you work in an office type job, what do? They might do a gift exchange, and you put a cap on the price amount because we know that you might end up with somebody that you either don't know, you just met. So we keep it amicable. We keep it at an amicable price so that you don't be dirt cheap, but you get something decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Right.
I feel like a first date should go too. Like I don't know you. I'm just trying to get to know you. I'm not going to take you to the bottom of the barrel place, but I'm also not taking you to the 5-star either. We're going to meet somewhere in the middle so that we can get to know each other and we can both appreciate a good time and good conversation.
Right. Whole facts. I couldn't agree with you more, friend. I have no disagreements here whatsoever.
Yeah, and then
Um,
if a guy does do all of that, like you being all showy, I'm gonna take you to this 5-star. Do you think that creates an expectation, and is that what you expect for the entirety of the relationship? And is the guy willing to keep that expectation going for the entirety of the relationship?
my thing is this: unless you're dating someone who is making 2 or 300,000 a year, at some point that is going to run out. And I'm just being for real. So, how many of those men do you really think exist? I'm gonna let y'all think on that for just a second because we're brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel, and y'all know we at the halfway mark, so it's time for a commercial. We'll be right back, okay? What's good, Mindset family? The Melanin Mindset is thrilled to announce we are the newest brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. Dianu Apparel is a Black-owned apparel company that offers trendy African-inspired prints in each and every garment. They're offering our listeners 15% off their purchases just by using promo code Melanin Mindset. There's something for him, there's something for her, and there's even something for the kids. So head right over to dianu.com using the description link down below, or just simply enter Melanin Mindset at checkout and save today. Welcome back, y'all. So listen, make sure y'all are using that link down in the description below and saving on your purchases, clearance included. It's been a minute since I reminded y'all clearance also gets the discount. All right, so listen, I know I just promoted that we are brand ambassadors, but guess what? The Melanin Mindset is doing big things too. Friend, I don't think they realize how big of things that the Melanin Mindset is doing individually, big things. Yes, and collectively. So I'm going to allow you to go first, friend, and then I'm going to do that rundown on all the Melanin Mindset.
What am I going first for?
I'm about to put your link up on the screen. Y'all, my friend wrote an ebook, though. Tell the people.
Okay, something was happening, and I was making sure. Okay, it looks like they got there. Okay, so my ebook is called Mastering Hair Texture and Curl Patterns. It is a compilation of all the different types of curl patterns and textures. You are in there somewhere, and it recommends proper product and care for your curls. All curls are not created equal, so it's important that you know what type of hair you have and what methods and products will work well for them. So if you're interested, scan the link and the ebook will be yours in a matter of seconds. It's a digital copy, and you can learn about hair texture and curl patterns.
Give it up one more time for my friend, though. So y'all listen, like I did say, the Melanin Mindset has big things going on. So first things first, I know I gave a shout out last week, or not last week before last, y'all. But I'm going to give another one tonight to Jackie for being our very first sale. Y'all, these books is going quick, and I actually have one to show you. The Melanin Mindset has a publication called Be Inspired. Y'all, this is an adult coloring book. I'm going to show them a page, friend. Let me be careful. I don't want to give away the gems, okay? So in this coloring book, you will find different phrases and quotes that you hear us reference here on the Melanin Mindset. This one in particular says, success knows no color, but is achieved by all who persevere. So y'all listen, there are so many different pages in here that you all can color that have these inspirational quotes and commentary directly from the Melanin Mindset. So go ahead and scan the QR code right here on the screen and it can be yours today. Now, if you're viewing us on YouTube, that link is also going to be displayed in the chat for the remainder of tonight's live. Okay. So yes, we are shipping them out hot and heavy. They're limited distribution for our first publication. So when they're gone, they're gone. So head over to the Melanin Mindset.
And they're almost gone.
They're almost gone.
Great, guys. The holidays are coming up. These make great gifts. Pair it with a nice little pack of crayons, and for somebody you know who likes to be artsy and needs to be inspired, like, get them, girl. Get them.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, you really should. Now, if you want to become an official MFer, scan this code right here or click that link over in the chat because it'll get you a Melanin Mindset t-shirt, y'all, and you'll become an official member of the MFing family. Last but not least, y'all, the Melanin Mindset, of course, is gearing up for a new segment where we're going to be answering all your MFing questions. So go ahead and submit any questions or commentary at themelaninmindset.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and complete the entry form, or simply submit to themelanatedmindset@gmail.com, and we will be responding via a live stream. So make sure that you are plugged in and you are connected wherever you can be. Friend, woo, girl, that's all of it. Can I give it up one more time for us, though? Because we lit. So we got some comments that came in the chat. while we were over on break. And I'm going to start with Stan. Stan says they don't even want us at the 5-star restaurants. You got to learn the body language in waiters and waitresses. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
facts. Facts. I am down for supporting a good black owned event or restaurant. I
Yeah.
am a okay with let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's hit a mom and pop, something different. I like unique.
And I like unique too, but I just don't necessarily know that unique is necessary for my first date.
I require effort. I required effort for the first date. What's funny is that even though the first date for myself and my husband was to somebody else's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got Wendy's after, I feel like I shared the story with you, friend, about the French fry, but I'm not about to tell the rest of y'all. Y'all gonna have to just use your imagination. But there was a French fry involved, and so
Right.
that was our first like eating together situation.
Yeah.
I think pizza was involved at some point in time. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, like our relationship is 11 years going at this point. And so that started with a French fry at Wendy's. Y'all, listen. Yeah. So, friend, do you remember how your first date was?
I do. And now everybody knows my husband and I have been together since we were 15. So we went to the movies. We caught the bus and a train. I think it was a bus and a train. You know, you got to transfer over. And we just had good conversation, talking. My husband and I used to talk all the time, like for hours. We literally just talked about any and everything. And then we went to the movies. I do not remember what movie we saw, but we still to this day, after a movie, we got to talk about how we felt about it and what we thought the writers was doing, and then so it turns into a whole thing. So that was our first date.
I love that. I
It's,
absolutely love that.
and 27 years later, we're still together.
I absolutely love that, friend. Hold up. Let me give it up for you and Jim. Boom. There it is. So I have another one of a couple that started really young. Her name is Kamisha Williams, and she says, "I know we went to Chili's, but I can't remember too much about it." She said they were babies.
Mm-hmm.
She said we've been together since freshman year of high school. It's been
Mm-hmm.
10, almost 11 years together, and they've been married for 7 years. I'm here to tell y'all they've been married for 7 years, and them babies, they got 5 babies. So
Mm-hmm.
let's give it up for them babies, okay? Because she said it started at Chili's, but they were so young. They were in high school when they went on their first date.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now they've been together for 11 years. So I love that. Um, Wife Code. So
Mm-hmm.
Wife Code is a group on Facebook. If you're married, join. I'm just saying. Look for Wife Code.
It's a great time.
It's quite
It's
entertaining.
always a great time in the wife
And
code.
they did not fail us when it came to them giving us responses to this. We got my husband and I have been together for 22 years. We went to the fair and Zaxby's after, and the chemistry was really good. And I ended up back at his place and pregnant with twins, and that was 22 years ago.
Oh wow.
We have had our ups and downs, but we're in a good place now. And her name was Ashley Devon Smith, and she's a member of the Wife Code. Y'all, the Wife Code responses were literally everything.
I
Did you
know,
see?
right?
Yeah, they were everything. Did you see where Sierra Russell Wilson booked out Waffle House for Sierra?
Let me tell you something. That was so cute to me. I'm sorry. I love everything about that. Like that you know that this girl loves the Waffle House, but you still got to go a little extreme. So yes, rent the whole daggone Waffle House out. Like,
Is that what girls are expecting though? I can't wait to do this panel with the single females because that's what I need to know. Is that what you're expecting? Like it would be okay if y'all went to Applebee's as long as he booked out the Applebee's for just you and him?
for a first date? Are you crazy? Now let me tell you something. I have sons, and I would not tell not neither one of my sons to be going all out and going over the top for somebody you just met. Like keep it simple, get to know each other. Cause and then what if I go all over the top and you still don't like it because I didn't get to know you. So I don't know what you like at all. And yes, they are married. Correct.
He said nobody is booking out Applebee's. Listen, friends, since she commented that, I'm gonna read hers. She said there, okay, so Sharita, she is also my cousin, y'all. The one who just put this comment. She said our first official date was July 2009. We went bowling, then to Red Lobster for the endless shrimp. She said David loved the fact that I didn't mind eating in front of him. I had almost as many plates as he did with the
Oh,
endless
hunger self.
shrimp.
That's why he fell in love with you. He said, "Oh Lord, I need to feed this baby."
She said, thankfully, that was after bowling. We are both very competitive, so this date was awesome. We've been together since July 26, 2009, and married since February 18, 2012. Nice. So that's 11 years. Give it up one time for the one time. Yeah. No. Stan said, nobody's booking out Applebee's.
But that was the thing too. Like, he booked out Waffle House, and it was a party for her friends. Like, everybody, it was a party still, right? So it wasn't like just him and her eating all by herself. And I'm pretty sure they probably had other food and things like that too. But it was just the fact that I think that was a great gesture. I thought that was beautiful.
I thought it was so sweet. Friend, you want to pull one of yours?
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna go for a couple who's not married. So this couple is engaged, and this is my daughter. She just got proposed to October 22nd, and she said yes, y'all. Okay. My baby.
Wait.
Out in the streets.
Y'all, hold up. Where's that? That is.
They a whole stay out in these streets. Listen, so their first date, they went to IHOP. My mom, her grandma. So she says, my grandma dropped us off and waited in the car. Wow. They had lunch or breakfast. It was lunch. I think they went around 12. They had lunch at IHOP. So they've been together 5 years, and they just got engaged this past weekend.
Oh.
Right? And that was IHOP. Yeah, I know these chicks would be up the wall if somebody tried to take them to IHOP on the first date.
Look at this. All right, so y'all, listen. Number one, I would love to give a happy belated birthday to Nisha James, y'all. One time. Yes. Y'all know we love her around here, y'all.
Happy birthday to you.
Get it, girl. Y'all know we love a good Nisha James moment because she came on here and told y'all how to manage your money. So here is her comment here. She said, we got engaged at Cheesecake Factory, and I still consider it top tier for my B-Day dinners. Listen, give it up again one time for the one time. She already told y'all don't go wasting your money on stuff you ain't got no business wasting it on. She did actually tell me where her first date was and how long she and her husband have been together. So it says she said her first date was bowling with friends, and then they had ice cream after. They have been together for a combined total of 13 years. So ice cream and bowling, y'all.
Both of them was on the list, wasn't it? No, bowling might not have been there on the list. So maybe bowling is an acceptable date.
I'm so tired. Go ahead, friend. Give him another one, girl. Give him another one. Ice cream
was on there for sure. So, Kanita's first date was to the movies. They got dropped off at the movies. That is no longer a movie theater. She let us know it's now LA Fitness. They've been together since 1998, and it's now 2023. Which is how many years?
25.
25. Oh, yeah. 2 down from me.
Yeah.
Mine's 27. So, yeah. 25 years. We went to the movies. We got dropped off at the movies. And we've been together for 25 years. So, like, if that's not a goal to go, I just don't, I need somebody single to tell me what the goal is.
Right.
If it's not longevity.
Y'all share this live with your single friends and tell them to inbox us because we just might want to talk to them. So send this over to your single friends and have them prepared to answer this question because we do want to speak with them. Friend, what about extreme first dates? So I had somebody who sent back to me an extreme first date, and they have been married since Okay, 30 years they've been married. So on their first date, they went and saw Malcolm X.
Oh, I remember this story.
Bruh, she said,
Wasn't ready.
huh?
I wasn't ready.
No, I was not. I wasn't ready, and I know her. She said on their first date they went and saw Malcolm X. So that was a movie, and movies was on the list, so whatever. So she went and saw Malcolm X. However, here's the deal. Before she started seeing that guy that she's now been married to for 30 years, there was a man before him. And that man was not quite done with their relationship. So he was in a position where he was stalking her. And not just light stalking, like he was violent stalking her. So when they get back to her apartment, he's dropping her off. There is a man, her ex-boyfriend, in the parking lot, and he holds them up at gunpoint. This is the first date, y'all. He holds them up at gunpoint and says, and so here's the response of the guy who she's now been married to for 30 years. When the man yanked the door open, he says, I know you better get off my door.
Who said that?
That's what her date said. The man she's been married to for 30 years.
To the stalker.
He said, who are you?
He had already took ownership of this situation.
Listen.
This is my woman now. You can exit.
That part. She said on their first date, they ended up filling out a police report because the man bust into her apartment, put his gun on the table, and she had to tell him, I'm not scared of you. She goes, but here we are, 30 years later, we've been married. I was like, girl, can we give it up one time for her, though?
Yeah. No, let's give it up one time for her husband.
That part.
That could have been his exit, and none of us would have been mad at it. If he did not stick around, we would have been like, yeah, you don't need no parts of that drama.
Oh, listen, she sent a much longer message, but we ain't got that many minutes tonight to be doing all of that message. But that's a nutshell of what happened on her first date. But they've been together for 30 years. I'm just saying, it's certain traits that we look for.
By let's just be for real, that would be considered a terrible first date.
Right. A terrible, terrible first date. Friend, go ahead and go into one of yours.
Oh my goodness. Do I have another one?
You do.
Okay, Candace Johnson. Todd took me to River House in Palm Beach Gardens for our first date. The restaurant sat on the Intercoastal, and we had a corner table that was lit by candles. The conversation and food were great. We've been together for 29 years.
Oh, wow. I'm going to give it up for them. Was that a married couple?
That's a married couple.
Oh, we got one in the chat, girl. Yes, y'all, share your stories. Go ahead, friend.
My first date was a movie in 1976. We were together for 14 years before we got married. And my son and his wife was together for 14 years. They've been married for 17 years. And the movies was their first date too, right?
Give it up.
Oh, now y'all gonna stop. Don't be going to movies like that.
Don't be knocking the movies.
Movies is lit.
Listen, I got another one from Wife Code, friend. She said her and her hubby met on a dating app on Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
Yeah. She said, and our first real date was on Valentine's Day at a top-rated, I guess, Chinese food restaurant. Okay. And it was delicious. We were waiting for we waited for 30 days to go on that date and made it official soon after that. We got engaged 10 months after we met, and she moved in with him the following month of their engagement. They are officially celebrating 6 years of marriage and 8 years altogether.
Okay,
they have a 4-year-old son. Give it up for meeting on the daggone dating app, okay?
Fish, she got some fish on the Plenty of Fish.
I'm so done. Friend, I kind of swung over to your the marriage club post. I had swung over there to that one.
Yeah.
And so I saw some really cool ones on there. Some people went to Red Lobster. We're not going to go in extreme detail.
Yeah, but in a nutshell, these people went to all the places that was on that list.
Everywhere. The beach, and they took their own snacks and looked for seashells. Waffle House. I'm just kind of scrolling through. 18 years. They've been together for 18 years. On their first date, they could not afford the Cheesecake Factory. That would have been a big flex at the time. However, they went and saw Poetic Justice in theaters. Somebody else. Honestly, McDonald's was our first date.
Okay, come on with the
I need
McDonald's.
to know if you got taken to McDonald's on your
Come
first
on.
date,
Come on with the McDonald's.
would you still be okay? Friend, you answer that one. I would have been fine because I told you we went to Wendy's. I ain't care.
Yeah, because I feel like our first date is just us getting to know each other. I really don't see what it doesn't matter where we go. Because first of all, I got all the questions. We could sit in the parking lot if I need to get these questions answered before I even decide whether it's worth me putting my time into you any further than this.
Big facts, big facts. Somebody else went to a 50th wedding anniversary on his family side. She said, then later that night we went to the movies. Perkins, friend, you know Perkins, right?
I do know Perkins.
We went to Perkins in Orlando. One of
That's
our
the only
Orlando
time
trips.
I've ever been, and that's where I go. Every time I go back to Orlando, I like Perkins.
Perkins is lit. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody says, but they went to Perkins. They sat for 4 hours and just talked. See, that's the thing. I feel like, even though I'm not in the dating space, I feel like when my husband approached me and he and I ended up getting together, I really believe, and I still think now, like, what's most important is that connection. I don't need to be somewhere that it's a lot of hustle and bustle and a lot of people moving. I need to be able to hear what you're saying, because what's going to happen is they're going to bring out my lobster tail and they're going to bring out all of these fixings, all this beautiful stuff, and I am going to become willing to overlook those shortcomings that I should have been able to identify. And I think that's somewhere we're getting hung up. I really think we're getting hung up in the wrong places. BT Comedy Jam. And then a place called Hungry Hunter. 30 years ago, he still has my heart now, 27 years of marriage. A blind date at Olive Garden, friend.
A blind date at Olive Garden is crazy.
California Pizza Kitchen. Y'all, when I say the Marriage Club did not disappoint, they did not disappoint. Buffalo Wild Wings, movies, a comedy show, Cedric the Entertainer. Girl, coffee at the hospital cafeteria. Her shift was ending and he met her there. She enjoyed every minute.
Look, I mean, like we're trying to get to know each other, so we're gonna make it work.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Am I corny?
I guess I'm corny too, child.
I think I'm corny. Spur of the moment, we were at Subway. Subway, friend, get me a tuna with 3 scoops, not 4. Extra black olives, spinach,
tuna sub.
Listen, it's got to be chopped tomatoes, not the slices. Extra provolone cheese toasted, and I need you to cover my tuna.
I had so many Subway tuna subs. I went through a space of, y'all say Subway, I'm gonna fight you. It was just a low cost thing you could get.
Listen, I don't even care. I used to love honey oat bread at Subway, but they don't make that anymore.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh, what's this? Read that one, friend.
Man, I witnessed a Valentine's Day at Crown Fried Chicken. Is it the equivalent to going to Hooks? Yeah, I guess it is. It is. Crown Fried Chicken is like Hooks, that little hood chicken spot.
Friend, it's another cute one.
I bet you they're gonna live happily ever after. Crown got some good chicken now.
That part. That part. She said they went to the movies to see Die Hard 2, and then they went to KFC. We ate in the car with the sunroof open and spoke and talked all night. They've been married for 32 years. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Do you have any more on your list, friend?
I did. I was trying to pull it up. And this is a couple. This is a couple that's not married, but they just really seem happy and really seem to be into each other. Let me find the message though. Cause where is it? I thought I put it on our page and I didn't.
Oh no. Friend, I've seen 4 Olive Gardens just back to back.
I've seen so many Cheesecake Factories and Applebee's.
And TGI Fridays.
So wait, go back. Okay, so this one says our first date was actually lunch. After she got some dates on here. I don't know why. So they exchanged numbers. They knew it was going, once they realized it was going to be a little thing, they was trying to arrange to see each other. So they ended up with a lunch date because their schedules were so crazy. So only had time for a quick lunch date. So they went to Applebee's.
Oh.
Hold on, it went away for a second. They had a great time. She said I was shy or whatever, and after a day between the phone calls and just trying to make time for each other, to keep it short and simple, and it's not short, this is a long message. They went to a restaurant, they would do game nights, so all the corny stuff that these people saying don't do. And then now they've been together for 3 years. So this is they're a new couple, but still. So that's what made me ask, because I'm like, I asked them because they seem happy and they're a little more recent. So I was like, maybe because all these other people have been together for 20 and 30 and 40 years, it's now outdated to go to Cheesecake FB. So I said, let me ask a couple that's only been dating for less than 5 years. And look, they went to Applebee's. So what are we missing here?
That part. Remember, don't forget to share this with your single friends, because we want to talk to them.
Because I really want to know.
We need to understand. Absolutely. There's somebody, they said don't go to church functions.
Stan said, I think I know those people. He knows the people I'm talking about. It's him and his girlfriend.
I'm so done. Y'all give it up one time for Stan one time.
I asked his girlfriend.
Listen, I got one where I have a cousin whose wife responded. I'm trying to find hers. She says, we've been married for 21 years. Our first date was the movies and Applebee's. However, we got rear-ended on the way to Applebee's. I should have taken this as a hint from the Lord and ran. She said she took it as a hint from the Lord and ran. Now, mind you, they done been married for 21 years, and they are quite happy. So let's give it up one time for them too. Yes. And now they said don't meet at church. Wasn't that on the list? A church?
Yeah, function? It said church.
Yeah, I got one here from the wife code. And she said, I lost it. No, I don't got one from the wife code, y'all.
Well, here's one from church, and this was Illyria. She said, she said she was tricked into her first date. It was a young adults group at church. They were going to the movies after Bible study. And she said, I was in the finance office. He came and said, are you going to the movie? So basically, like, you going to the movies with the group is what she was under the impression. And then she said, what I didn't realize is he intentionally waited until everyone else had left before asking. So when he came, he said, well, I guess it's just gonna be me and you. Everybody else had left already. Wasn't nobody left but them two. They've been together for 19 years and married for 18.
Give it up one time for the one time. Mm-hmm. So here's another one. Her husband and her have been together for 15 years. They got together because somebody told her a lie standing on church grounds, y'all. Uh-huh. And I'm reading it like she wrote it because she put an exclamation point. Uh-huh. So she said, my husband and I have been together 15 years. We got together because someone told me a lie after church standing on church grounds. Mm-hmm. Our first time spending time together was when I had gotten sick about a week after we spoke that Sunday night. He drove an hour and a half to bring me medicine and tea. I believe our first real date was to a church service since he was a pastor at the time, but now he is an apostle. Mm-hmm. Y'all give it up one time for Pamela Denise Charlotte Hamilton. That came from her in the wife code group chat group.
Oh, look at Almona said they first date. What 2 hours? Yo, I remember when Wendy's had the buffet. Their
first date Wendy's got a buffet.
They did. I remember some of them did have a buffet. Theirs was at, you know how Pizza Hut had the little salad buffet in the middle? That's how Wendy's was too.
You know, it's places down in South Florida that's got the KFC buffet.
Did we go to? We might have. Did we go to Perkins? I know we went somewhere to eat. It might have been Perkins when we were in Orlando.
Friend, let's end on a high note. I do have one that was super duper deep. Okay. So this one says, my husband and I, for our first date, went to Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain is here in Georgia.
Okay.
It says we walked up the mountain and back down. While up on the mountain, we talked for about 3 hours about our goals and aspirations. We discussed religious beliefs and our views on kids because I already had one and he did not. Afterwards, we went to Rock and Roll Sushi. It was her first time eating sushi. And then after dinner, they went home. She says, I say went home because he was actually my next door neighbor.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
say,
Aww.
she said, I will say that he dropped me off at my house, even though it was directly next door.
What in the Disney movie?
Right. And that's actually one of our viewers. Her name is Lakitha. And
Nice.
so that's what she shared as her first date. Y'all, I don't know if my first date was that deep. My husband legit told me to shut up. That's what the fry has to do with. But that's all I'm going to leave with that. Anyway, all right. So, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, like Kia said, it's going to be a part 2, but it's going to be a panel with some single folks. Now, if you have a friend and you want to hear us go ahead and interrogate them, go ahead and comment their name down below on Facebook or YouTube, or just simply share this with them and tell them to DM the Melanin Mindset, because we do want to talk to them and we want to hear their single perspective because we're out of the loop.
Yeah.
All right. So, friend, do you have some encouragement for the week?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Mindset family. Until next time, embrace the melanin, embrace success, and stay blessed.
Love y'all.